It's time for JDC's Double Trouble Build-Off. So this is the official builds for JDC's Double Trouble Build-Off, and it had to be related to twins because JDC and his girlfriend Amanda are having twin daughters. So you had to either build one build that represented twins, or you could do two very close to identical builds. So here we have two identical cars, the V12 Speedsters, very underrated casting. I don't know how that thing is still on the peg still, but anyways, besides the point. You gotta make two cars that look relatively close, but they're not identical. So, I will find a way to make them different from one another, but they'll be very similar. So without further ado, let's get this thing out of both of them out of their packages. That's one, and number two, and I'm gonna drill these things apart, and I'll be back once they're all apart. So as we have one on the back table with all its parts spinning, I figured I'd show you the other one. So we tapped it inside there just enough so we can take the rivet head and just separate it enough that we can get the parts separated from one another. I didn't realize this, but it does have a little piece of glass that goes into the back. But it's not all the way in, and there it is. But I didn't realize that. And I'm not sure what color we're going to paint these, but next up, we got the paint stripper. So, we will go down to my shop and strip these bad boys. Alright, so we have our Aston Martin bodies. And let's dip them in our paint stripper. And here we go. And I don't know the color at the time of this right now. I have a poll going on my Instagram as I'm recording on what color I'm going to end up painting these guys. It's going to be either red or blue. I mean purple. So we'll see. But anyways, we'll let that dry and I'll be back when the paint stripper does its job. Okay, my Aston Martins have had time to get their paint dried off. I've already sanded the bodies down. And this is what they look like. And these were really tough to get the stripper off, surprisingly, unlike some of my other ones. But I'll be back once the poles are done and I have a color that I can choose. So it's either going to be painted in red or in purple. And I'll be back when the pole is done. Alright, so my pole is completed. And I'll have a picture of it on the top left on my screen. And so it's 57% people voted purple and the other 43% wanted red. So we are going with a couple of purple Aston Martins. I never thought I'd say that. But okay, so we got our colors clear. And let's start painting both of these. We're going to do both at the same time. Alright, so I have one of them dry. The other one's just kind of finishing up, drying up. And so we went with purple. And now the build is not quite identical twins, however it does represent twins. So how am I going to make it not identical? Well, it's not going to be all that much of a change. One of them is going to have the silver interior, and the other one is going to have the black interior, which originally came with the car. And I figured with this one, we're going to give it the silver interior. So I'll be back once both of them are dry, and we'll put them together and get the final details done to them. Alright, so I just decided to do everything, get the lights in. And I know I'm not good with the lights, I'm still figuring that out, I want to get better with that. But here are my two builds for the JDC Twins build-off. So we have one of these Aston Martin V12 Speedsters with a black interior, and the other one has a silver interior. And so I hope you enjoyed this little video. I know it wasn't as long as some of my other customization videos, but I hope you enjoyed anyways. Happy hunting, and stay safe. Okay, so my ass Martians... Ass Martians? Oh my god.